Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan Live. Got an awesome show for you today. Our next guest, it's been a while since we caught up with this dude, but he's definitely one of our favorite people. He's one of the best voices in heavy metal for one of the greatest bands in heavy metal. They got a brand new album coming out October 23rd, Punching the Sky. We're going to talk all about it, ladies and gentlemen. John Bush.
What's up? How you doing there, brother?
Good, man. And first, let me say, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm a Virgo, so I guess it technically is still the Virgo month. Mine is at the end of August, but yeah, another year here, still kicking it.
Yes, you is, man. You look as good as ever. This quarantine time hasn't done any damage to you whatsoever, man.
I'm trying to work out at the same time, not drink too much, and not just get all disheveled looking and grow a big old beard and what very little hair I can grow out. I don't know. I'm still trying to, stay uptight with stay tight with myself here and stay up on being a prominent member here of society,
Yeah. Well, I got to ask, have you been working out, like hitting the weights, man? Because you look like you're kind of like more buff from the last time I saw you.
I'm a pretty active guy for my age. I compete myself, or compete with other people, with myself in terms of my age and how fit I am. I mean, believe me, there's people way more fit than me, but I still run. I haven't been able to play my weekly pickup basketball game, which is a drag because that kind of went down when all this madness began, which is a shame because I really look forward to that. But I had playing once a week pickup basketball and exercise, ride my bike, maybe do some Pilates here and there. Yeah,
Pilates.
I got to stay fit. Yeah, I know it sounds like an LA cheese ball. Sorry, but it is a fun thing. It works different muscles, so I dig it. Yeah, I try to be as active as I can. I got to combat. I'm a huge sweets fan, so which is probably my downfall here. And so I got to combat that somehow. I'm basically a pig anyway. I love eating, and I'm Italian, so my yearning for eating is strong, and so I got to combat that with exercising. But I love exercising. It's good for the mind.
Well, you look like you've been on some testosterone supplementation or something,
I wouldn't say that.
You look a little thick in the neck there, man. You're looking a little thick in the neck from last time I saw you. But,
I have a big neck. It's from singing, You belt it out, and that gets pretty strong.
Yeah. But, so, last time we caught up, you were on the Symbol of Salvation tour, and we caught up live at Sellersville Theater, and that was very cool.
That was a great gig.
That was a great gig.
Yeah. That was like the second gig, I think, of the tour.
Yeah, that was early on. And, of course, going back years with you at this point, the before that, we caught up when you were still supporting Win Hands Down. And now we've got Punching the Sky that we're talking about October 23rd. But before that, you guys are doing a live streaming event at the Whiskey A Go-Go October 10th. Is that right?
That is correct. You can watch it from everywhere in the world, no matter where you're at, as long as you have some Wi-Fi, I guess. And the way to get the tickets is going to armoredsaint.veeps, VEEPS.com, armoredsaint.veeps.com. And then tickets are like $10. You could do a bundle where you can get the show and then get the record and then get a T-shirt, or you could just get the show, whatever. I mean, of course, we want people to listen to the record and buy the album, but the show is going to be cool. It's going to be, it's going to be weird probably because we're going to be playing in front of nobody except for cameras, knowing that there's people out there watching, which is going to be fun. But that's the way we got to do it these days in this bizarre world that we're living in. So I'm hoping it's going to be temporary. I got my fingers crossed, but for now we're going to do it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be from the Whiskey A Go-Go, which is a famous club here in LA, and we've done many shows, and we're going to roll it. We're going to play 4 new songs and some deep tracks. It'll be a fun gig.
Yeah, right on, man. So it's funny. I went back and I looked at some of your early music videos because, of course, we're all big fans of music videos still to this day.
Yeah,
even though there's no TV channel for them anymore, we have YouTube now.
Thank goodness.
But so going back, looking at a couple of the ones you had for Win Hands Down, I got to tell you, man, I loved end of the attention span. It is, well, I mean, it's just good quality and it's a great song, but at the same time, it is hilarious, man. Because, I mean, the symbolism in it, I mean, you just hit on everything. I mean, you hit on just the utter ridiculousness of our society now, how everyone does have like a non-existent attention span. Everyone's like buried in their freaking mobile devices. It's insane. Did you write this song more out of frustration than anything else with the world?
Well, Phil actually had the title. He told me it, and I said, "That's a great idea. I like that." And it seemed to fit perfectly with the music that eventually became this song. It's powerful. It's heavy. It's kind of like a little old school. At the same time, sounds very modern. Lyrically, it was pretty easy to write to because for these reasons that you just spoke it out about. I'm guilty too. We all are. We're in a world where you could look at somebody at dinner and you could see 4 people and they're all on their phones. You could see people at shows watching a whole show through their phone, even though they're, 50 feet from the stage and getting this amazing peripheral view of a concert, and they're still just looking to a screen. People who have no social life except for the social media life online, where they're just living almost like in this weird, behind a veil in some weird way. Again, there's pros and minuses to technology. I mean, look, if somebody told us we would be doing this 30 years ago, having a video interview live,
right,
we'd probably say that's something out of like Star Wars or something, right? But the reality is this is technology today, and there are some pluses. I'm not going to say it's all bad because it's not. I just think that it probably is reducing our social capabilities as humans, and it changes the way we live. And I have 2 kids, they're teenagers. I'm most concerned for them,
right?
As they're kind of growing up with this, and they know no other world really. So how that's going to play out 25 years from now, I don't know. But there's an element of humor, of course, in the song as well, a little bit, and because we always like to laugh, and I always like to poke fun at things when I can. So it's a great tune. It came out great. The videos blew us away. Robert, the director, did a spectacular job, and so it's pretty timely for sure.
Right on. You know what else blew me away other than that video? The cover art for this album, man. That's killer, And of course, when you're doing the packaging for it, you always got to have good art. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, you want good art. You want a cool cover that would be great on a T-shirt, and something that is just fun to look at. I know that people get music differently these days. Sometimes you just download right off, whatever it is, YouTube, iTunes or something, or whatever way you do get it. As long as you listen to the music and listen to records as a whole, I think is something that we strive to have people do. But at the same time, nothing beats a vinyl record to me. The big cover, the gatefold, if you have one,
right.
Maybe a cool sleeve. That's the best to me. And I like the aesthetics of a record because I feel connected to it. If I just download something right onto, say, why I still listen to an iPod, and that's kind of at this point or prehistoric almost. But I have an iPod. I put all my music through that, and then I'll have that, and I'll go jogging with it, and whatever. But I think if I just download something like a record and put it right onto my iPod, and I don't have any art, or even if I look at it, if I don't actually have something I can hold, a CD, an LP, I don't feel as connected. Now, again, I'm an older guy, and I'm old school, and I get it. If I was 20 years old, I may not think about that at all, but I'm not. But to me, it's still, I need the aesthetics of having some product. It's important to me because then I feel a little closer to it.
Well, it just adds to the experience, too.
Right. I mean, there's no record stores anymore, or very few. So many of them have one belly up, and it's an absolute shame. It's just really a sad thing because that was such a part of growing up and just going into the store and looking at records and saying, that's a rad cover like ours, and going, I'll buy it because I love the cover. And then, most of the time you were turned on to a really cool music, good record, I mean, and, sometimes the cover was the best thing about it. But hey, nothing beats seeing like the first Iron Maiden cover. I mean, come on, you saw that and you're thinking, okay, this is going to be amazing. And it was.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to get your attention, that's for sure. Had you worked with this artist before? Like, is this someone who had done other artwork for Armored Saint?
No, we found him. I think Joey just did some research and he found him. I think he lives in Britain.
Wow.
And he, we said, this is our idea. And he ran with it, and we thought we just kind of worked on it as time went on. And, then of course the deadline kicked in and we're like, oh no, now we need it like in a week, as it always kind of works out. But, he did a great job. He did an
home run.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really fun to look at.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, everybody, we are here with John Bush from Armored Saint, and we're talking about their brand new album, Punching the Sky, that's going to be coming out October 23rd. But if you're out in, well, actually, no, what am I talking about? It's not even in person. There's going to be a live stream event, and that is October 10th, and we got the links here, so you can go out, get your tickets.
Great. Thank you.
And yes, we're going to be featuring this.
There seemed to be some confusion, we thought, for some people, especially our European fan base, where maybe they thought this was a local gig or something, and so we had to clarify that. And you can watch it all over. It's, like I said, it's going to be unusual.
Yeah.
This is what we got to do. A lot of people are doing it, obviously. Playing in front of a room for nobody, or maybe a handful of people, maybe family or a couple of friends or whatever, whoever can get in the gig. I mean, originally we thought, okay, when we planned this a couple months ago, we're thinking, okay, maybe we can get 50 people in there. And then we went, okay, maybe we can get 200 people in there. And now we're thinking, well, maybe we can get 10 people in there.
Yeah, right. I know.
So it's odd, performing live for a band, I'm sure I can speak for any band, is such a critical element of being a musician. And to not really being able to play off people and have them sing songs back to you and get their energy and get their enjoyment. It's weird. It'll be strange, but this is the job right now, and we'll be professional about it. And the cool thing is we're going to play several new songs, and we're going to play some deep tracks, so it'll be fun. Because you want, as soon as you make a record, you want to play stuff live because you love it.
Sure. But that will be at Whiskey A Go Go. You actually will be there physically performing.
Yeah, no, we will be there. Cameras will be going, and it's a live stream. And as long as you got Wi-Fi, you can watch it in Helsinki or Santiago, Chile, or I'm Sydney, Australia, and it's going to be available for about 3 weeks afterwards, so you don't have to watch it immediately live.
Okay, cool. That's cool. But yeah, you just touched on a very interesting point, though, not being able to feed off the fans in the stands, you know what I mean? Like the crowd that's out there that you're so used to performing in front of, which is obviously what you would prefer. Who wouldn't? I mean, that's what you guys live for, the tour life. But I think it's interesting because obviously all the athletes are going through that right now, I mean, you got the baseball players out there playing in empty stadiums.
Yeah.
Football, they're going to be in empty stadiums. And so much of that adrenaline rush that you feed off of, it's just like, it's different.
I agree. It's actually very humbling, I'm sure, for them because they especially like big time athletes, and they're used to feeding off crowds, especially their home court or even the opposing court or fields where they get the negative response from people, and that feeds them as well. Must be very bizarre for them, and I think it's, at first I was not into it because I was like, you know what, man, like this is lame. It's just not right. It's not real. But I changed my attitude about it and said, well, you know what, these guys want to play too, and it's important to at least be able to watch them on television and support them. And now I'm into it. Now I'm following all the sports because I'm a big sports fan, and NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs are happening, and the Major League Baseball season is short, so it's every game is critical. It's not the 162 marathon, and the NFL. I mean, hopefully it'll happen for them, and that'll be. I'm sure people will be, regardless, they'll be really eager to at least watch. So I think and plus it's good for society. We're already pent up in our house and staying home and doing these things to try to be safe. So to not be able to like feed your passions, whether that's music or sports, That's a huge loss for people. The people live for this, So come on, the NFL season. I mean, that's everything for people. So
Right.
Eagles fans, they're diehards, man. They want to watch. So you got to at least give them that on television. I'm hoping their season happens. For them, it's a little bit more of a question mark because close contact in the NFL is
I
every single
know.
play.
I know. I don't know how that works, man. I don't know how that works at all. But I know you got to get going. There are a couple more things I got to touch on with you there,
Yeah,
John,
let's do it.
because I think it's very, very interesting. Talking about new experiences. This is going to be new for everybody. I mean, as far as what this virtual concert experience is really like. But speaking of new, you had Gonzo playing the American Indian flute on one of the tracks on this new album, and
Yes, he did.
he'd never played that before.
Well, he must know a little bit of how to play it. And maybe he was listening to a lot of Jethro Tull records to get inspired, little Ian Anderson or something. He did a great job. We had this kind of weird voice on. The song is called "Never You Fret." It has this kind of weird vocal intro that sounds a little ominous, and we already had that on the demo that we made. And then Gonzo suggested playing this flute part, so then Joey brought that prior to the vocal intro, and it sounds great. It really sets up the tune really well. He did an awesome job, and it's anytime we could add these various instruments on songs or intros, we really embrace that. I think it just adds to the colors of a record, to the depth of it. We're always open to using various instruments, even if it's just, like I said, a small part, like a supplemental part to a part of the song, or if it's an intro. But adding different sounds, it just makes the music sound bigger.
Right. Now, all we have right now, we only have the end of the attention span so far. I mean, that's at least all I've seen.
There's some people that have only got that, which I guess they're just playing close to the vest with the record here.
I got gypped.
Go ahead.
I got gypped, man. I got gypped.
You didn't get gypped at all. Metal Blade. Actually, I guess they're just being tight with getting it out. I'm sure you'll get it soon. I just signed a ton of copies of the record, which means that they finally have the finished product. So, and believe it or not, even for journalists and people we're doing interviews with, if we could have them wait till they actually get the whole product, we prefer that anyway, because then you're not just getting an advanced copy of the record, because you're getting everything part of it, the cover, the lyrics, and it as a writer or journalist or a radio host, then you're able to probably be able to kind of digest it better.
Yeah. Well, so, I'm just giving you a hard time, John. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Good. I know it's harder to do an interview with me when you haven't heard the whole record and there's less to talk about, hypothetically. But promise, when you get the record, especially the whole thing, you're going to really dig it.
I could talk to you about anything, John. But seriously, one other thing I thought was interesting, though. So you have some other collaborations on this album, too. You're working with some different artists outside the Armored Saint family. Did I see Dizzy Reed? He makes an appearance on this?
Yeah, Dizzy Reed was nice enough to play a couple songs on the keys, and it was a cool idea. Him and Jeff Duncan are buddies. They've worked together in the past. Jeff's done shows with him, and obviously he's a big name in rock and roll. So we were grateful for him to play on it. And I haven't met Dizzy myself, but he played some really cool keyboards and piano and stuff that just again lifts the song. When that comes in, it's just another sound. We're open to that. We know we're a metal band, and we take that very seriously, and we have a lot of pride in that. But at the same time, we don't have a problem with bringing other instruments into the sound of the band, because like I said, it just it creates more depth.
Right on. Very, very cool. Well, everybody, again, we are here with the legendary John Bush, Varmint Saint, and we're just talking about Punching the Sky. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for this to come out. Now, you, sir, have you used this quarantine time to do more writing, so we're not waiting another 5 years for a new album?
Thanks for making me feel bad. No, I'm joking. I know we do take too long. I agree. Believe me.
Killing me.
We didn't. I really do. I wish we kind of wrote at a little bit of a faster pace. But as I always say, It's the quality, not the quantity. That's my excuse, really, my disclaimer, or my waiver, whatever. But I haven't. You know, for me, making a record and then writing a record, making a record, there's a big exhausted kind of sigh that comes after that, and so I need time. I need to step away a little bit. I'm just speaking on the way I create and work, but I need to step away a little bit because I want to enjoy the moment of putting everything I had into those particular songs. If we could get together and work on some stuff, I mean, maybe we should because we can't perform live. So maybe writing again is not a bad idea. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Okay. It would be good, even if maybe 6 months from now we put out another, just say a song or a single or something like that. That's something that can certainly be done. So, yeah, you know, we certainly, I think we were very creative and we got a lot of energy and effort out into this record. And I think we could ride that high, that's for sure. I'm not really ready to do it today. I have a book of all bunch of phrases and lyrics and titles, and that's what I use when I go to work on a record and begin writing. I'll get music, and then I'll kind of look at some of these lines, some of these phrases, some of these titles, and I think, oh, that sounds like it would work with this, and then that usually gets the ball rolling. So when we're done, I have like check marks to the ones I use, and I just looked the other day at the book, and there's a lot of things I have to cross out because I use so much of it. So I need new ideas, actually.
I'll tell you what, man. You sound like you could be a published author. You got to have amazing stories, man, over the years of rocking out there, man. I mean... Well,
I do love writing lyrics. To me, that's something that still kind of comes easily, which I'm very grateful for, knock on wood here. But because writer blocks can happen to people, and they don't. Luckily, there's a lot to choose out there in the world with everything that's going on in society. There's an endless array of things to choose from to write about. So it's pretty easy. I'm still a newspaper guy. You know, I still love reading the newspaper because I'm, you know, probably because I'm old. But
stop.
No, but I love it. You know, and so all I got to do is look at the paper and read, you know, a few pages of the paper, and I'm like, okay, new song idea, here we go. So there's a lot to choose from.
There you go. Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of seeing your memoirs, you know. But, again, everybody, we're here with John Bush from Armored Saint, and brand new album, Punching the Sky. We can't wait to hear more of it. Coming out October 23rd. And again, go check out the links that we've got here so you can go see the live stream on October 10th from Whiskey A Go Go. That should be very, very cool. John, thank you so much for joining me on Rock Titan Live today, man. It has been awesome catching up with you.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks for all the support. Great chatting with you. Good questions. And hopefully we'll see you on the road there somewhere in the PA, you know, in 2021.
I hope so. Well, PA, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Maryland. I'm right near all those places. Road trip, you know, or festival. We got to get you on these festivals, you know.
I'm totally down for that, big time.
Are you now?
Yeah, sure. I love festivals. I mean, we've done a ton in Europe, of course, but we haven't done a lot of the bigger festivals here in the U.S. that have been happening over the last, like, 10 years or so. So we'd love to do that.
Blue Ridge Rock Festival, man. Got to get you down there to Virginia.
Sounds great.
2021. 4 days.
Yeah, I would love to do any of those. You know, I want to. I know a couple good ones. There's the one in Columbus, right? The one Rock on the Range too. That's a big one now, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of festivals in the U.S. now these days, which is cool. They're taking some pages out of the European handbook because the Euros do it great.
Well, hopefully 2021 washes away all the pain of 2020 because what a drag it's been, man. I
know it has. Well, just try to stay positive. We'll get through it, you know, and we'll be better for it.
Yeah, well, you all heard it from John Bush right here, people. Stay positive. Stay positive.
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, right on. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm Scotty J with Rock Titan Live. We're out.
See you, bro. Thanks very much.